Hi Pisces, this is Samantha from Insights Tarot, and I'm here to give you your weekly read for the 2nd to the 8th of September 2019. This is a general read for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, and Venus, okay? It's also a timeless read, which means if you've been brought to this video, there are messages here for you despite the timestamp, which is just for me, okay? If you like the video, like, share, and subscribe. Love having you here, and do recognize general readings don't resonate with everybody. So if you like it, hit the thumbs up in YouTube, subscribe, and if you hit the bell, you'll be notified every time I go ahead and post a video. If you want a more in-depth idea of what is in store for you, my suggestion is to watch your rising moon and Venus sign videos in conjunction with the sun, okay? If you don't want to watch that many videos or don't have the time or whatever, I do offer personal readings. I do 30-minute private read videos for $30 each. If you're interested, that information is below in the description. Before I get started, I do want to share, I'm using a new deck this week. This is the Law of Attraction Tarot deck by Scarabeo or Scarabeo. I know I'm torturing that name. Anyways, if you're interested in learning more about this deck, the information will also be in the description below. What I love about this deck is it's absolutely a 360-degree turn from the traditional tarot. None of the pictures are equivalent. That means different pictures, different messages. It's a Law of Attraction tarot, so it's meant to be seen through two lenses. One, as in working on yourself, your thoughts, and how you can change them to create a better reality. And number two, how your thoughts, behaviors, and emotions are affecting your external world, so you'll get to see what's around you, what you're currently bringing out in your world, okay? Some of the pictures, you know, they just are absolutely extremely different, you know. Here's the Seven of Pentacles. There's no tree, no Seven Pentacles, no person trying to harvest them. All you have are 5 chairs, actually, from smallest to biggest, which speaks to upgrading in your life, or leveling up, or becoming better, which I love about that. Beautiful cards, though. Different messages, different cards. In the description below, or in the comments below, leave me your thoughts about the cards, as well as the reading, once we've done it, okay, Pisces? Love to hear your thoughts. Without further ado, I'm going to get started, though. Source energy, ascended masters, angels, archangels, guardian angels, and divine white light and spirit guides. I ask that you please provide me with the general messages and energies for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, and Venus. And I ask that you allow me to see these messages clearly. Allow me to speak these messages clearly for them. And I ask that all the messages given here today help keep Pisces on their highest path, not only now, but always. Okay, these came out together, so we'll leave them together. Okay. And I want to thank you for your love, guidance, and protection. Divine, your messages are always appreciated and welcome here, as are you. Thank you so much. Okay, Pisces. So, your overall energy at this time is the Page of Pentacles. Could be, for me, when I look at this card, it's all about overthinking, being too much in your head. You got a lot going on around you, and this could be, thinking too much, overthinking situations. Could be, you know, work, money, to do with building your foundation in life, regarding home. But you're all up in your head about it. It's like you're living your own world right now, Pisces, and, you know, he's got cogs in his head, and nothing else is showing except the cogs in his brain. So you're definitely thinking and overthinking a situation. Where I do feel the advice given here is you got to get out of your head, got to ground yourself and find some balance, okay? But the general energy is this: at this time, you're going to be thinking, possibly even overthinking some things regarding work, money, home life. And I do feel communication will be key, but I do feel like much of the communication is within yourself at this time. Okay, so your first card out is Five of Cups. I love this card because, you know, typical Five of Cups, you got a guy standing over 3 spilt cups. He's wearing all black, his head's down, he's forlorn, he's sad, he's staring at these cups, possibly regretting what he's lost, but he's not looking behind him at the 2 full cups. Here we've got a sunny, beautiful day, a valley of beautiful sunflowers all facing the sun. The sun's out, it's beautiful. But if you look way up here in the back, you got 2 black figures. I just heard out of sight, out of mind. For some of you that will resonate. There's something that's out of sight, out of mind. But, you know, these are people. You got one walking away from another. And they're walking towards the light. The other one's walking in the other direction. So this is about parting ways, but it's about facing the light. It's about facing the sun, seeing the brighter side to a situation that might be coming to an end. Possibly healing a situation. Or remaining positive despite a situation that could be coming to an end. It is about walking into the sun. It's about facing the sun, facing the truth of the situation. Because once you face a darkness, you can transmute it, Pisces. And this is not only within an external circumstance, this is within yourself. Like I said, these are law of attraction cards. They're to help you find the blocks and work through the blocks in your life. And one of the blocks is that you're too much in your head about a situation where you might be thinking of leaving. And the advice here is to face the truth. Face the truth, own the truth, transmute the darkness into light, and walk away from the negativity or the toxic environments or relationships or situations that are bothersome to you. Owning your own truth. Out of sight, out of mind. That came up. The second card out is the Ten of Swords. Typically, we got a guy on his back, or on his belly. He's dead. He's got 10 swords in his back from his head down to his buttocks. And some pictures, he's bleeding. Here we got a boat. It looks like a fish trawler. Because you've got the long crane in the front. But it doesn't have to be. Part of it's submerged underwater. It does look like this tidal wave's going to knock this boat over, and water is emotion. And I do feel like part of you needs to transmute this negative emotion about a situation into positive. You got to own it and then transmute it. I feel like for some of you, Pisces, your emotions are volatile regarding some aspect of your life. You're struggling to get balanced. But you are at the 10. And you are at the end of a very difficult cycle. And emotionally, you're afraid it might take you down. But it's not. Most of you is still above water. And in my mind, you know, he's going, oh, you know, it looks like he's trying to steer out of the water. And look, I mean, the rest of the water over here is very peaceful. So, I mean, part of you's got one foot in the peace, and part of you's got a toe into the madness. Chaos before perfection. You are afraid it's going to take you down. But that's all up in your head. You have to face that darkness and transmute it. Because fears, they're just lies we tell ourselves. They're just thoughts we think over and over and over until they they have such a strong momentum that they have no choice but to manifest in our lives. If we did the same process with positive thinking, we would have more positive aspects in our life, Pisces. So here we have the Three of Pentacles, and I love it. Typically this means collaboration, and it does. I mean, here you got this, he's an orchestra conductor, okay? Musical conductor, and he's out in front of the orchestra or the choir or whatever you want to feel he's conducting, and he's got his wand, and he's waving his hands, and he's got a whole bunch of people watching him conduct beautiful music. But he's very austere looking. Very matter of fact. Does he look like he's having a fun time? I don't think so. He's very focused though. He's very focused on the performance. On performing well for all these people. And I feel like within a situation in your life, this is money, work, career, school, or home life. You feel like you're kind of having to put on a show in some way. You're not able to be your true 100% authentic self, Pisces. But this is a card of collaboration, so it's collaborating with others to make something beautiful or to make something solid. But I do feel with this particular card, it's more about an air of having it together, an air of putting on a show, showing all your skills. You could be just showcasing your skills now. But, it's like the denial of one part of yourself. The creative mastermind behind all the music doesn't seem to show here. It's more, I get a more cut and dry, very detached to that creative part of himself or herself. Which means inauthenticity, because it is the creative mastermind that developed all of this. He's standing on a red carpet plank. He was spiritually driven to create this, and he's brought to this point. Where he's, for some, it is just a showcasing of your skills at this time in front of people. But for others of you, it's not being able to be true to yourself, to be fully 100% yourself. You're putting on airs. It's like you're getting through the day. You're just doing what you got to do to get through the day. Because I do feel like there is a fear of becoming overwhelmed with emotion, or this volatility within a situation around you. Could be one that you created within your own thoughts, Pisces, because you're overthinking things now. Ten of Cups. I love this card. It's about being comfortable within your own skin. Feeling safe and secure. She's got a home in the background and a rainbow overhead. So I do feel like, here at least, this is another 10. You've maybe worked through some aspect that was uncomfortable for you. Give me a second. Okay, so it's not that. What it is this is another aspect. You're trying to bring in the authenticity of yourself. Again, it's almost a representation here. This is you by day and you by night, or something like that. It's like there's distinct two pieces to you. There is a very compartmentalized Pisces here, who's capable of, on one hand, being very detached, focused, analytical. And on the other hand, they're capable of being very creative, emotionally driven. But they're two different aspects. Here you're trying to bring, and I feel like it's at home that you're capable of being your most creative and emotional self. And at work or through creative arts, you have to be the more focused on, detached individual. Now, within a situation, you're trying, the suggestion here when they're side by side like this is, I feel like, through collaborating with others, you are trying to bring some, foundational, happiness. There could be heartstrings attached to some situation, which is seemingly very, very detached. Okay, this could be, because we have two figures here in this card, it could be a relationship we're speaking about. And we got the, the two cherubs here in this card. So I do feel with 2 tens, you're closing out some cycles now. One is about, well, they're both about getting balance, okay? I feel like you're off balance here emotionally, and I feel here you're off balance because there's 2 pieces of you, okay? Instead of one you, there's 2, and you gotta integrate them both into the same in order to deal. I feel like this situation here with this other person is a very emotional one, but you're trying to handle it in a non-emotional way. And it is an emotional, I think it could even tie to home and family, this change here. But you're trying to handle it in a very detached and logical way, Pisces. And there's a lack of emotional integration there for some of you that will apply. So this is the World card. So this is a completion. Like I said, we got the endings here. We got some endings and a new completion. So you're trying to... I love this picture because you've got a puzzle here and you're putting the final piece in, but it's what's in the puzzle. You got 2 cherubs, 2 angels holding up a globe with a castle in it with a rainbow over the top. So this is your masterpiece here. Maybe you're trying to put back a relationship, trying to right the wrongs of a relationship. Maybe you're trying to, if this is work, something you're trying to create, you're finally getting that masterpiece put together, okay? You're being angelically or divinely guided here, angelically guided as well. And, the rainbow is, after the rain, the rainbow, after hard times, better times. It's the ending to difficult times. And then you've got this fortress, this castle, this entire land. If you're the king of it, it's your land and you've created it. Your masterpiece, you've created it after a lot of hard work. So if this is in regards to a relationship, it could speak to reconciliations. It could also speak to leaving, thoughts of leaving, or this could be trying to deal with those relationships or that aspect of your life in a harmonious way, but you're coming off very detached for some of you. It's like you're trying to conduct it instead of feeling it to heal it. But you are closing it out successfully. So for some of you, you've walked away, you've steered away from it, from a disaster. Or, and this could be 2 different stories. You could be trying to heal or end a relationship while having work success, which brings you happiness on the home front. So for some of you, that will apply. And, the work success is a masterpiece you've been putting together, and finally you've come to the last piece, and it brings you great emotional satisfaction. Okay? Your last card out was the Hermit. This is about being balanced in this card. He is not, you know, he is divinely guided, but not at this time. His cane and his lantern are sat down. He's got his eyes closed, and he's connected directly with Source. So this is being one with Source, being grounded in the moment, getting your answers through there. And here's your answers. This is judgment. This is about a situation that's been going on a long time. The answers are coming. This does speak to endings and new beginnings. Moving in a new direction could be possible. Changes in your relationships or your job or career. Definitely an awakening of sorts. So on a spiritual level, this is you awakening, Pisces, but on another level, this is you finding the answers about an ending and a new beginning, work successes and relationship successes, as well as work and relationship endings that are complicated. So you need the answers, and you're all too much in your head about this at this time. You're too focused on, and it could lead to self-sabotage, actually, if you get too much in your head. But, you know, being that the next card out is this beautiful creation here, it's, God, this is somebody about to bake some dessert. Look at how beautiful. That looks like a bowl of frosting, and it's been whipped up. And you're about to put that put it in a pan and cook it. So put the final piece in. So I do feel like for some of you, you got something you're very focused on finishing out in life. Okay, the Eight of Wands does speak to that. Okay, in this card at least. In this card. In another, you know, in typical tarot, this is fast-moving events and communication. But in this card, you know, it might be so. Some things might be coming in very fast. But I do feel like you're building up something very sweet in your life. Okay? For some of you, that will resonate. For others, it's just about that final piece you're working on to close out a project, to make that cake, to end that cycle, to end that relationship, to start that new job. Whatever it is for you, it will be different for each of you. So let's see what the universe has to say. What is it that Pisces needs to know now? What's the most important thing they need to know regarding this situation? What's the most valuable advice you can give them in the near future? Okay, so this is going to happen in the near future. Remain positive about it. So for each one of you, this will be different. This could be relationship-oriented, work-oriented. This could be spiritually speaking, working on yourself as well. This could be about money, your health, your relationships with others, your family, your home in general, like moving homes. This could be definitely about a work success, a dream come true, okay? It's asking you to remain positive now as you work towards this completion, because there's a completion and then a new chapter starting. Yeah, in the near future, success. Remain positive. There's going to be success for you. Beautiful. For some of you, some of these are, like I said, relationships. It's going to include, this might revolve around a relationship you're in. The romance card for me just indicates that a relationship is definitely prevalent in this reading. So this could definitely revolve around a love relationship, Pisces, that you were in or once were in. Okay. Any final advice we may want to give Pisces? Yeah. Ask your angels. And that would come up down here with the Hermit card, like I said. I said you're being angelically and divinely guided. You absolutely are. We got an angel here. Okay, this is Seraphim angel here. And, you know, with the Hermit, definite connection to Source. So you're definitely connected, and for some of you, this is solely spiritual. You're working on your connection with Source now, and you're coming to a pivotal point. Okay, in your growth, you're ending a cycle in your spiritual growth and starting a new one. So ask your angels for help, though, for those of you who need it. Okay, it's important towards moving forward towards your towards the success in this situation. Okay, Pisces, those are your messages. I hope they resonate, and do let me know in the comments below your thoughts on these cards and on the readings. You know, I read them all. I might not respond, but you'll know I read them. I'll heart them, okay? I do hope it resonates, and until next time, do take care of yourself. Sending you so much love and light. Take care. Namaste, Pisces.